I had 3 Division I offers before I hit home plate. I had MLB scouts like following me and reaching out to me on Twitter. I get called into my principal's office. He was like, "This is the worst decision in your life. You're gonna regret this."
Did you ever, like, in those moments, or moments now, do you ever get to this place of like, did I make a mistake?
The buddy that I took to church that we were playing baseball, he stopped being my friend. He literally texted me and said, "I'm not talking to you anymore because you quit baseball."
How do you stand strong in that moment, especially for a teenager? All right, everybody. My name is Zach. I'm the host of Unashamed Podcast. I'm super pumped that you guys are here with us. I have a special guest that I heard of from social media. And so he is here with us. He spoke at our youth young adults last night. Amazing. 19 years old, man of God, blowing up on social media. God's hand is on his life. And so I want to welcome Nehemiah Tolles.
Yo, let's
to the
go.
Unashamed Podcast.
Dude, thank you for having me over to Washington, bro.
Yes, sir. Have you ever been in Washington?
No, bro. You're 2,000 miles away.
2,000.
2,000 miles away, dude. This is
distance to destination.
Bro, stop it. Don't even
We're not gonna talk
don't talk about it yet.
I just leaked it.
Yeah, you just leaked it. You just leaked it.
Bro, is it Nehemiah or Nehemiah?
Nehemiah. I mean,
does that make a difference?
yeah, it doesn't really make a difference. I believe that when I listen to like somebody with an actual Hebrew accent say it, it sounds like Nehemiah.
Wait, why you say? Oh, okay.
Because I think it's Nehemiah. I like Nehemiah better.
Nehemiah.
Yeah,
that makes sense, dude. Appreciate you being on here,
dude.
bro.
This has been the coolest experience, bro. Like, there's only a few places I went. I'm like, dang, this is family.
Yeah,
bro. Your group has been.
You saying we're family?
Your family, bro. Your group has been a blessing.
Appreciate it.
I feel like most places I go for an extended period of time, eventually the kids start treating me like a little too loose.
Yeah.
Bro, your kids have been just honorable. Your kids have been respectful. Bro,
That's what happens when you beat them, bro. Yeah.
This guy. Like, dude, you're, bro.
Cut that out.
You gotta cut that part.
Yeah, so that honorable part.
Bro, no, I appreciate
it. Okay, a little too hinge. Let's lock in.
No, it's been a great experience. It's been an awesome time. Like, nobody has seen anybody from Ohio, apparently, from around here.
Yeah.
I was telling you earlier, like, the girl.
You're the only one that lives
No,
there.
I'm the only one there. The girl at the car wash today, she just looks at me. She was like, "I'm sorry, but when you were preaching and you introed and you said you're from Ohio, I couldn't even pay attention. Just start laughing." It's like, why? She's like, "Nobody's from Ohio." It's like, what are you talking about? It's like, she was dogging me about me living in Ohio.
She needs salvation, bro. She needs salvation. Dude, that's awesome. I appreciate you've been here for a day or two. You're about to come here on Thursday. Man, the flights, your airport, my airport, small airports, that's miserable.
Bro, it's
miserable.
Bad. Yeah, you guys are about to get cooked on that price.
Yeah.
That was going to be bad.
Yeah, that was bad. But we made it work. We made it work. You're speaking tomorrow night to our youth. Man, tell us a little bit about yourself. We were talking, we're chopping it up a little bit. We're going to try to keep this podcast underneath 3 hours.
I know, dude. I mean, we were talking all night.
All night, bro. We were talking. We're like, we said goodbye. You know, when those friends, you say goodbye like 45
minutes. And in 45 minutes, we're still talking, dude. Yeah. No, I kid you not. Yeah, dude.
But, bro, it's because I feel like we're just so similar in the way we think, our passions, what God is doing. We're passionate young people and that God's using in this generation. And so that's actually a lot of why you're here. And I didn't know too much about you, but something about you that when I saw it, it was a raw, authentic, genuine passion for God. And there's people that blowing up on social media. But when I saw you, and I was like, our students need to see that. Our students need to see that you can say yes, because I heard a little bit about your testimony. We're going to get into it here in a little bit. But when you sacrifice for God and you say yes, not that it's promised that you're going to blow up, but you are taken on a better and more greater and more insane journey when you say yes to God than in any other journey of your life. And so, and to see someone young, in humility and all that kind of stuff, be raw for God, this generation needs to see it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And
Yeah.
so tell us a little bit about your story, bro. Like your
man.
upbringing, who Nehemiah Tolls is, how you got to this place where, you know, how does one person walk away from 11 D1 offers? You know what I mean? How do you get to that place? How do you say yes to God in that moment? Let's chop it up.
Yeah, bro. Let's start with that first one. This is gonna be a 3 hour, bro. This is gonna be a 3 hour fight. Yeah.
Lock in.
Everybody just lock in for me, please. Yeah, man. You know, raised in the church. Pops was a pastor, and then he transitioned to be an evangelist. My mom has also been heavily involved, super supportive of my dad and what he's been doing. She herself has also had a strong relationship with the Lord. Every morning I've woke up and to see them get in the scriptures, right? Every morning for the past 13 years, I've seen my dad, without miss, be at the kitchen table reading the Bible. Wow. And like, it breaks my heart to see kids who didn't have a dad, and especially who didn't have a dad to set an example. Yeah. Because I got to wake up every morning and I saw my pops connecting with the Lord, and it set something in me. Like, so even when I wasn't following Christ, it was planting seeds of how I would be when I did follow Christ. And it was powerful, man. It was something that set something in me. And then even my mom, like, it was like the day of Thanksgiving. I remember when I was 12 and she's reading her Bible. And I was like, Mom, why are you reading your Bible? I was like almost upset because I was in the flesh. I was just like, I wasn't following.
So you're saying you weren't saved?
I was not saved. No, I was not saved. I wanted nothing to do with ministry. I thought what my dad did was corny. Like, wow. I didn't think it was anything to be excited about. I didn't think it was anything honorable. You know, like I'd always saw him preach. Dang. But I'm like, I just saw it as like, dude, my dad just wants to tell everybody what to do, you know? And then when I was like 13 years old, for some reason, I was in the shower. The most crazy encounters I had with God in my whole life has always been in the shower. Weirdest thing. In the shower, and I'm just like, I'm in deep thought. And out of nowhere, I get this like revelation that one day I'm going to die and I'm going to stand in front of God for all that I've done. Wow. And I got out the shower immediately. Like, I've never told anybody this. I got out of the shower immediately. I grabbed my Bible, and it was like the kids' picture Bible kind of thing. Oh, yeah. I end up like, it was like for the next 3 months, I read that Bible and I was taking notes. I had no clue what I was doing at the time. I had these little like note cards from school, and I would read it. I would read like the story, a couple, like whatever it was in there, and read it, and I'd write down what I got from it. Wow. 13 years old. And I had no clue what I was doing. I might have been 12. Teaching you, no one's taught me. No one's taught me anything. I'm not even telling my parents about it. I just knew that this had to be something deeper than just what my parents told me, you know.
So you didn't even tell your parents you had that experience?
No. They didn't.
They now know, but
they now know because they found those notes. Wow. And they're like, what are these? And they came in and I was like, well, I've been just kind of reading my Bible and taking notes. Jeez. And they had never told me. But that is the power of like seeing your family, seeing your parents walk in faithfulness, you know? Absolutely. So I had that experience, and I remember just having like this deep reverence, like immediately, 13 years old. And then I finished the Bible, never put it down. I just put it down. But it had planted seeds in me for later. And 14 years old comes around, I'm playing baseball. This is when I start training. This is when I start getting good at baseball. I had got interviewed for the first time. That interview is still on my Twitter too. I got interviewed for the first time playing baseball. I did really good playing baseball in Myrtle. And I remember after that summer, like my pride was just like I was becoming like who my team was. It was like my team had been smoking weed before games. They had been vaping. They had been drinking on the beach. Like, people were coming to the games in Myrtle high, about to play baseball. 14 years old. Wow. And I wasn't. Me and my buddy named Cooper, we were just staying away from that. We stayed in the hotel. We were just playing MLB The Show while everybody else was on the beach. And I balled out, got interviewed, and then like I stopped playing baseball. But that whole summer, I had missed church. And at the end of that summer, I had like this desire to go to church for some reason. Like the Lord was reminding me everything that He had done in my heart in the secret place at 13 years old. Because I was doing things that were, like, I wasn't smoking or drinking and stuff, but I was heavily involved with lust. I was watching pornography. I didn't know who I was. Wow. You know, listening to secular music. I was beginning to struggle, like, early stages of anxiety. Had not known what that was yet, though. So I went to go to church, 14 years old, and unknowingly, like I had this weight on my chest all summer, and I didn't know what it was. I just thought it was like I got nervous before the games or something that was, but it just never left me. Go to church that Sunday morning, and it was just a normal Sunday morning, but I had a desire to be there, bro.
Wow.
And I'll never forget the presence of God, bro. I just walked into the sanctuary, and before I had even started worshiping, the Lord just encountered me. Because I had felt so condemned. I felt so guilty for everything that I had been watching, like the way that I had been speaking, like knowing that my parents raised me different, and I had been walking away from that. And I remember just feeling embraced in that moment. And I just broke down all service. Pastor's preaching, I'm crying all service. I had not known what was going on with me, bro. And I can still remember that feeling right now. And I leave that service, and it was the first time that whole summer that I didn't have that weight on my chest anymore. Bro, and I didn't know, like I had read some of the scriptures, but it was like kids' Bible. You don't really understand the power of God until you experience it. And I was like, it felt something different. Yeah. And so I had experienced the presence of God. I had experienced like what he did in my life. Just in that moment, he lifted anxiety off me. And then I went right back into the world.
Wow.
And so everything that I tasted after that was so fake. Yeah. It was so watered down. It was like, dang, I've already experienced the best. Yeah. And so from that moment on, I began chasing what I thought was going to be the best for me because I had already experienced the best. 15 years old hits. I come back into watching pornography, listen to secular music, cussing up a storm. And I am trying to be somebody I'm not. I go into my freshman year, just anxiety, man. Just shaking before the school. Like, my mom would pray with me and my dad would pray with me before they dropped me off at school every morning because they saw it on me. Wow. Like, my dad was like, be anxious for nothing. Like, he would repeat that scripture over my life. And I just...
You don't know why?
I don't know why. Like, it was just... I know it's like, looking back, it was funny, but every day, you could ask any of the guys that I talked to in that time, at the end of the day, because I always have baseball or basketball practice after, they would like see my sweat stains in my armpit, and it would be ridiculous. And like I told him, I was like, dude, I don't know, I just have like a sweating problem. And it wasn't that. It was that like I was just nervous all day at school. And I had no way to like, how do you confess that to a group of guys that don't know Christ? Like, how do you say like, man, I'm anxious all the time? Yeah. Like, how do you do that? Yeah. I've like my whole life I've felt different. Yeah. And I feel like I could never fit in. And so I always tried to fit in. And that happens the whole time. I'm also in a horrible relationship. And then that relationship ends. That's actually the girl I'm with now, 15 years old. We had a horrible relationship to start, crossing every boundary that you can think of. And it was the pivotal thing that ended up actually turning me to Christ. 15 years old, we break up when I'm 16, and I'm destroyed. There was like one of two things that could have happened after that breakup. I was either going to go deeper in a ditch, or I was going to finally look up to Christ. And for a second, I kind of took a step back, and I tried to find another relationship, and I couldn't find it. And I was like, I'm done, man. So I was like, man, I can't think about one time where I just didn't feel like this. And I begin to just sit in my thoughts. And I end up going to church again. Wednesday night service. I'm sitting in the back. Nobody knows I'm there.
Is this a youth service Sunday morning?
Youth service. Oh, wow. Like, nobody knows I'm there. I'm just kind of sitting there. And I'm listening. I did that for like a month. And then I invited my buddy there. And we started going. And then we invited other people. We kept inviting people. I wanted to start. I was like, man, this is crazy. Time kept going by. I got a Bible. I started reading my Bible. My life begins to change. Now the things that I used to like watching, the things that I used to like listening to, I have no peace doing them. I don't enjoy them anymore. Wow. So like I had struggled deeply with pornography, but then when I started following Christ, gave my life to him fully, that desire just left. Yeah. Like, it wasn't even like I tried to tried, like, I was like, oh man, like, of course I wanted to, but the desire to do it even left. Even listening to secular music, like, I changed my walk-up song in baseball to a worship song because I was just I had anxiety listening to secular music, so I couldn't even do it. Start the Bible study up, and we are it starts as 5 guys reading the book of Proverbs because we all had problems with girls. So we were, I think it was like, what was it, Proverbs 4 or something like that, or I forget. It was like avoiding immoral women, and that's where we started. That's how we started the Bible study.
Let's go, bro.
Just 5 guys, and we're getting the scriptures. We do that for like 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And me leading something put a different accountability on my life.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's something different about that. Like when you're leading something, you have just another level of like, I got to live to the standard now. People are looking to me for advice.
You think twice before you do something.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And not that you didn't before, but it's just a deeper weight to it, you know? And so that allowed me to live in a different way, above reproach, before I'd even... Have you ever had that happen? I don't know if you've ever had that happen, because I don't know if... Like I'd be in time with prayer with the Lord, and I'd have things come in my mind, and like a phrase or a word, something like that would unction me to live a certain way, and then later I would read that was in the scriptures.
Yeah.
Like, and I had not read it yet.
It puts understanding to what you just...
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like, wait, I literally had that thought. I wrote that down before I even read the scripture.
Yeah.
And it had been revealing to me, like, man, like in that season, it was so pivotal because the Holy Spirit had become so real to me.
Yeah.
Like he's literally here with me. So I started the Bible study, 5 guys, 3 weeks go by, 4 weeks go by. I was like, okay, let's just post it on the story. Maybe there's people who are interested in doing this. Post it on my Snapchat story, and 25 people pull up.
Wow.
Bro, I have my like iPad from 2012, and I have like notes on it from like, I'm preaching from Genesis chapter 3, and I'm talking about like the stages of sin. That was my first ever sermon.
Wow.
Just freshly 17 years old, stages of sin, and I'm shaking, sweated like crazy, but it wasn't anxious.
Yeah.
Like crazy. Like I was uncomfortable, but I was never anxious.
Yeah.
And that's how I knew I was walking in my calling.
Yeah.
And I end it, and I feel so satisfied, so fulfilled. iPad stops working after that day.
The Lord's like, I just want you to experience one of these.
I still have it too, just for that. So
don't throw that one away,
I've
bro.
never.
That's
I have it in a shoebox, bro.
That's funny.
And started the Bible study. It's growing, bro. Like every because we did it bi-weekly at first, and every week that we did it, we were seeing increase of like 10 people. Like it went from 35. We did it in someone else's basement, and it was like 50 people, and we're like, dang, this is crazy. And at that time, like, I had no clue how ministry was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I saw my dad pastor, but he stopped pastoring when I was young. So he was just doing things I hadn't seen. He was preaching in prisons and stuff.
Yeah.
So I had no clue how ministry even worked. I had not talked to my pastors, nothing. I just started the Bible study, and for some reason, like, I'm seeing things in the scriptures that nobody else is seeing.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, okay, we got to expand on this. Why is this happening? And we end up getting to a point where it's like 75 people in my basement.
Wow.
And it's like, it's not safe anymore, right? And people can't come because it's just too packed out.
Oh my.
And that's when we moved, like, that's when it went to, like, that was the second year, and we were like, hey, let's start recording this stuff. We start recording it, and like I was just showing your guys the videos, and it's like the most like iPhone footage, basic TikTok captions, and the Lord is just like sending these videos out. Like, I'm not paying for promotion. I'm not paying for anything. Like, I literally just post it, and I'm thinking, like, you know, like, I'm doing this for the Lord. Like, their reaction to the truth is not my problem.
Yeah.
So I just post it and let it go. And the next morning I wake up, and like every morning I'm having like 1,000 new followers. I'm like, what the heck is happening?
Oh my gosh.
But like at the time, I only had posted so much because I had, at first we really wasn't posting. So I had recorded like 2 or 3 Bible studies, and then we had went to the final night, and we moved to a church, and the church hosted us. We had 250 plus people, And it was 18 baptism, 13 of them were spontaneous. It was a crazy night. And then pastors told us to shut they weren't kind of feeling the Bible study. So we were like, okay, let's shut it down. And that's where I was when I was like 17 years old grinding in baseball. So in that moment when they were like, all right, it's time to like, kind of start shutting this thing down, I had just entered into my senior season of the last time I would play baseball in the summer. Playing baseball in the summer, and I'm popping off, dude. Like, I get ranked. I become like the number 1 ranked outfielder in the state. And we were traveling the entire East Coast, and everywhere I go, I'm just playing good baseball. I'm hitting real well. Colleges are watching. Colleges are texting. Colleges are following. I had MLB scouts like following me and reaching out to me on Twitter. Like it was becoming something so surreal. Like it's like the thing I had always prayed for.
It's right here.
It's right here. We finally get to a point where it's like, okay, nothing's like really solid right now. I don't really have any solid offers at this point. But then we go to the WWBA tournament in East Cobb, Georgia, and this pitcher is committed to Tennessee. Like we were all like in awe because none of us really had like any real commits.
Yeah.
And they were all committed. Like both of their pitchers that they came out with were Power 5 pitchers. So he comes out, the first at bat, he throws me like an inside fastball. I get my hands to it and I barrel it right to center field. They catch it, but it was a barrel. From that one hit of me getting out, this is how crazy baseball is. They don't really care if you get out or not. They just want to see how good your swing is. From me just catching barrel and me getting to that ball, I had already had an offer from that hit. I hadn't told anybody that before. From that hit, I got an offer. I forget, it was like North Carolina A&T or something like that. It was like an HBCU team.
Wow.
D1 offer, off getting almost jammed center field. Come in, I'm like, oh my goodness, I can actually hang with these guys. I had some confidence, but at this time I also had a relationship with the Lord.
Come on.
So I was on deck and I was praying. I was like, Lord, my whole approach that whole year was, Lord, let your will be done.
Yeah.
I was like, Lord, let your will be done. But I do want to play. I want to play good today.
Yeah.
And I go up to the bat. I get down like 1-2 count. He threw a fastball. I missed it. Oh, I was sick. I missed it. He threw me a changeup. I missed it. Then he threw me another inside fastball, and it was sitting on that plate for me. And I just turned on it. I hit a home run, and I knew when I hit that home run, like my entire trajectory would change because like
really? You knew from that hit.
I knew from me just, I didn't even know if it went out yet, but I knew the way that I hit it, even if it like had went to the wall or whatever it may have been, it would have changed the trajectory. But I'm watching this ball just sail over the fence. And I touch first base and like, get out ball. And this like, they mic'd me up for the game. I was like, if this isn't the Lord, this is crazy. I was like, Lord, this has got to be you. How do you like in the number 1 ranked national tournament in the nation, and then you are mic'd up and you hit the home run. I touch first base. I'm like, get out ball. I touch second base. And I see it go. I'm like, thank you, Jesus. And like the shortstop kind of just gives me a look. And everybody in my dugout, they all know that I'm like on fire for the Lord. I had been coming back to the hotel rooms after every tournament and just spending time with the Lord, like reading my Bible. And everybody knew that. No one really bothered me about it. They were really cool about it. And touch third base. But as I was like rounding second, I see my coach on the phone. And I kept seeing him get on the phone, get off the phone. I come home and then I get into the dugout and he's like three coaches had confirmed before I had even hit home plate. I had 3 Division I offers before I hit home plate.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, Lord, you're literally answering every prayer in one night. This is crazy. So I'm like, what the heck? I'm kind of just like in awe. I'm like, this is really happening. And everything's happening. I come back to my hotel room at night. It's quiet. Nobody's there. I get time in thinking. And the Lord's like, is that enough? Bro. And I'll never forget those words. Was that enough? And it wasn't.
Wow.
It wasn't, bro. Like, it was no match to what he had showed me in his presence. And I come back home, and it's called the United JV Summer Event, and it's middle school students. Remember, I had no Bible study. I had no opportunity to preach. I gave it up. Yeah. Point. Yeah. I listened to my pastor. Was like, okay, like, this is not gonna. I can't have this Bible study. I gave it up, and I end up going to this JV summer event, and I'm serving these kids. And I remember, like, there's a guy named Josiah who can attest to this. I go back like mid-session. It's like a camp. I go back mid-session or after a session into the back room where the leaders are at. I call Liberty. And I'm like, hey, man, I'm making a decision. I'm going fully into ministry. I'm not going to take this offer. I call 2 other D1 schools. I don't remember. I don't want to put a name on it because I don't remember who they were. I just remember specifically calling Liberty because Liberty was where I wanted to go. Yeah. Because I was like, oh, maybe I can just do this 2-parter double thing up. Yeah. And I called them. They're like, well, that's honorable, man. We thank you for your time, and they were cool about it. There was a couple schools that were not cool about it. They were like, you're making a mistake, dude. Wow. And I called him. I made that decision there and then because I was like, Lord, I'm going to be obedient this time. Yeah. I ran away from you when I was 12. I ran away from you when I was 13 and 14. I've been running away from you ever since. It's time for me to be obedient. I'm going to trust what you have for me. I come home knowing that I had just called like half of the schools and told them I wasn't doing it. There were still some schools I hadn't called yet. I came home 3 days. I'm crying every day, like just crying out to the Lord. Wow. Like, Lord, what do I do? And I'm just bawling. 3rd day comes, and I end up calling the coach that I was going to go to. I was going to end up going to Bucknell because I had the highest chance of me playing immediately. Yeah. And I was like, okay. I called Bucknell, and I was like, hey, man, I'm giving up. I'm giving up baseball for ministry. And he was the coolest about it. He was like, dude, that's honorable. He was like, I understand what you're doing. If you ever change your mind, they'll let me know. And I was like, wow, like that's crazy. And I ended up calling my coach and told him, and then I called my dad all in the same day. This was the hardest day of my life. You're like, man, I got to do it all. Like, you got to think, like, I just came off this tournament balling. Like, people are expecting me to be at the next tournament. Gosh. Like, I just came off, like, balling. And made those calls. My dad was like, man, this is hard. Like, I got to hang up, dude. And he's crying because it's like he had invested so much. He had seen me grow. He had seen me train all those hours when I was 13, 14, 15, from being the worst kid on the team to being the only one with a D1 offer on that team. And it's like, my dad's like, dude, are you serious? And I was like, I don't want to make...
Was that a shock for you? Like, did you expect your dad kind of like to understand?
Yeah. Because there was a point where it was like, I'm going to get kicked out of the house. And
because of this?
Because of this, yeah.
No way.
It was like, it was coming to that point of like, dang, I'm gonna have to go somewhere. He was like, what? Like, you're not just gonna sit in my house. And I was like, crap. But at the same time, he's human, and I understood where he was coming from. Like, dude, this guy, you had put tens of thousands of dollars into my baseball, and I was like, crap. And I still had my senior year to go to. And it had become such a struggle for me, bro. And I just quit. I told him, I was like, I'm done. We ended up getting past that. My dad's like, okay, I'm supporting you in this, And I knew he would come around because his faith in God is stronger than his love for a sport. Yeah. So he came around. He's super supportive. I actually, like, usually when I go travel places, I take him. And so I end up going to school, but people at school don't know yet. My baseball coach doesn't know yet. He's been texting me all summer, hyped, because I'm blowing up on Twitter through baseball of like, dang, this kid hit another home run. Like, and like, for some reason, whenever they would post my videos, it would get like thousands of views, hundreds of thousands of views, like me hitting a home run or whatever it may be. And I end up telling my coach, he's like, what? I leave his office. Bro, these are the hardest conversations I've ever had in my life, by the way.
Did you do that one face to face?
Yes. Like these were the most difficult conversations, bro.
Gosh. I can't imagine.
Oh, dude, it was so tough.
They're probably looking at you, especially a coach, like,
everyone's looking at you with the same look. Yeah. Like, you're an idiot.
Yeah, you're crazy.
And I was like, crap. But like, the Lord had given me such a stubborn faith. Yeah. And I was like, I'm gonna go against the grain. And so I'm still getting reached out on Twitter though. It's like the Lord made sure that I was sure with this decision.
Yeah,
he's like, "Are you sure?" He was like, "Okay, well, you got to tell your coach. You got to tell the coaches that have offers for you right now. Then you got to tell your high school coach." And then I was still getting offers on Twitter like, "Hey, you want to come visit?" And I could have like made a last second decision like, you know what? It's an Abraham thing. You know, the Lord took it off the altar.
Yeah.
But I knew it wasn't.
Yeah.
I knew what I had to do. And so I ended up posting something on Twitter. And I was like, recruiting closed. I officially am deciding to close my recruiting. I'm going full time in the ministry, trying to become a pastor. And dude,
did it blow up or what?
It blew up so quick. Like kids were coming up to me in the middle of the day, like, "Dude, you quit baseball?" Like in high school, and it had already been bad for me at high school my junior year when I was still playing baseball. But I began following the Lord. There was one other guy with me, and we were both playing baseball. We were just like, we both were following Christ. He was the buddy I took for first time coming to church. And we were kind of just like weird together, right? And I quit baseball, posted on Twitter. Day one, it had 1.2 million views at the end of the school day.
Jeez.
I come back into school, and it's at 2.2 million views the next day. The following day, I get called into my principal's office. Takes me out of class. He's talking to me for 30 minutes, and he's saying like, I had it recorded for a time period. He was like, "This is the worst decision in your life. You're gonna regret this. Like you can do both." And I know you can do both, but how do you explain personal conviction to an unbeliever?
Yeah.
You can't.
You look dumb.
You look dumb. Like I know, like I could do both, but this is what God's calling me to do. Like, how do you explain that to someone who doesn't believe?
Yeah.
And I just sit there and listen. I shake my head, and I'm like, okay. And I stayed with it. 2 weeks later, he calls me back, and he's like, "What are you doing? Why are you not at baseball?"
He's like, "I thought you said okay."
Yeah, he did say that. He did say that.
Really?
He did say that. I was like, I was listening to you, but I'm going. No, I'm not. I'm going into ministry like this is what God's calling me to do. And he again, 45 minutes.
Trying to convince you not to.
Trying to convince me. I'm not doing it. I'm not having it. And I leave, and I thought everything was over. I was like, okay, 2 weeks go by, 3 weeks go by. I'm like, finally, everything's over. Like, I can finally get moving. Teachers were treating me different though.
Really, like in a
people were like they weren't giving me the time of the day. They weren't really talking to me too much. They were just kind of just like whatever. 4 weeks go by, 5th week comes by. I end up getting pulled into my counselor's office. He sits me down. He starts asking me really weird questions like, "Yo, are you losing friends?" Like, I had already been losing friends. Like, it's a stupid question. Like, when I was a junior in high school, I went from everybody sitting at the lunch table with me, and I started posting about Jesus. Nobody sat with me anymore. Like, and like you try to like be like, "Oh, it doesn't bother me," but you're a high school-year-old kid. Like, and
course.
all the people that you've known for 12 years don't want anything to do with you anymore.
Yeah.
And like, I was trying to be tough, bro. Like, honestly, I was like, you trying to be like the strong Christian, but honestly, it was bothering me sometimes because, like, dude, like you guys were my best friends, and nobody sit next to me.
So what do you do when you see that friend, or do they just straight up walk away, or
bro,
just like avoid you?
I'm like, "What's up, guys?" And they're like, "Oh, what's up, man?"
Oh man.
And like,
how does that make you feel in that moment? Like, what's running through your head?
I want to leave.
Now, did you ever, like, in those moments or in moments now, do you ever get to this place of like, did I make a mistake? Was saying yes to God and giving up 11 D1 offers? This, like, to even get to that place.
Yeah.
Some will never get to that place. Yeah. You got it and gave it up.
Yeah. Yes. Well, because you got to think, like, I told you, I had nothing waiting for me.
Yeah.
Like, when I quit
Ministry didn't promise you anything.
No, yeah. I was basing everything off of like a leap of faith. Like, I had no Bible study, I had no preaching opportunities. I was serving on church on Sundays. That was my base level. If God gave me anything more than that, I saw it as a prayer that was answered.
Wow.
Like, if God gave me any more than me serving on church on Sunday, I saw as I took the step of faith, and it was right.
This is
this is
what
more.
God's doing, yeah.
So my base level, if God did anything more than me serving on church on Sunday, like that was a miracle for me.
Like, see, guys, this is what I was
Like
talking about.
this is the more.
This is what I gave
Yeah,
up
this
11D1 offers
for. Yeah.
They're like, you crazy.
But it set like a gratitude in me because
Yeah, it's so good.
if he gave me anything more than nothing,
yeah.
it was going to be a blessing.
Yeah.
And so
Like you weren't like, God, you, in order to make me giving up 11D1 offers worth it, give me X,
this.
Y, and Z. That wasn't you.
No, there was nothing there. It was.
And I feel like so many young people do that.
Mm-hmm.
God, I'll give you this, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. I'll serve you. I won't bow if you take me out. No, it's an even if faith.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, even if you don't, even if Sunday morning is all I got, it's more than enough.
Yeah.
But God, because God does want to bless. God does reward obedience.
Yeah.
There's blessing in obedience, all of that kind of stuff. You start with that humility. You start with, this is more than enough.
Yeah.
Because if this is not enough, this won't be enough.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's kind of like that dopamine hit. You get that, and then sooner or later, you're going to want more. And that's no longer enough. And you're always going to be searching for more, searching for more. And this is where our generation needs to just be satisfied with Jesus.
Yes.
Because if you're not, nothing else will satisfy you, and you will just constantly search for it.
And I wasn't going to do the same thing I did in baseball and ministry. Like if I went, like I had also started a TikTok account, and I was doing like get ready with me for baseball, like for my baseball game.
Really?
And it was blowing up, bro. Like I was like,
God's hand just on your life.
on everything. I was like, what the heck? And I was like, get ready with me for my baseball game. I just turned 18 years old, and I'm in New Jersey, and it just like hundreds of thousands.
I'm gonna
of views.
try that tomorrow. Get it ready with me. I'm about to preach at
Bro.
And I get roasted by my guy friends.
You would get roasted because it's like a girly thing too. And I was being zesty. It was like zesty thing. I don't know why I was doing it, but
I'm gonna go find that right now.
But I kid you not, everywhere that I went and played baseball, people were like, "Oh, let's get ready with me, Nemo," because it only went to the baseball players' algorithms.
Dang.
And people were just seeing it. Like we would go to the games, and like there'd be like 14-year-olds playing before us, and they'd be getting pictures with me before the game.
Really?
Yes, and my team would be salty. Like they'd be like, "All right, dude, you have people taking pictures with you, whatever." Because I'm also balling out. It's not like it's not like I'm like playing trash either. And so I wasn't gonna do the same thing in baseball. That I didn't want to bring that to ministry.
Yeah.
Didn't want to have I didn't want to clout chase. So like honestly, I had got to a place where if serving on Sundays was what God called me out of baseball to do, I trusted that He was calling me away from something that was going to turn me away from Him later down the line.
Wow.
So I was like, I'm content with you, God. My prayer was like, I want to be with you. Mm-hmm. Like, I know that what you have for me in the next life is better than this. Like, this is so short. Like, I want to give it up, even if you give me nothing in return here. Yeah. And so I just waited, and nothing happened immediately. I quit baseball. Nothing happened. But
you don't have the basement. You don't have
the basement. Don't
study.
Nobody's asking me to preach. I have, I just shared my, and then in this moment, more friends leave. The buddy that I took to church that we were playing baseball, he stopped being my friend. And that was
because of that.
He literally texted me and said, "I'm not talking to you anymore because you quit baseball."
Nah.
I kid you not. I was like, why are you not talking to me? He's like, "You quit baseball."
Really?
And I was like,
this you're talking like best friend?
Best friend, dude. And when I say I've shed tears over this, he was my road dog, bro.
Golly, what are you doing that?
So my junior year, I'd already lost all my friends. Yeah. It was just me and him. If he left, I had no girl, I had nothing. It was just me and him. And I quit baseball, and I had nobody. Dude.
Bro.
It hurt so bad. Because I'm like, bro, we were boys. This is what we have.
It's already hard to be bold for Jesus, be on fire for Jesus when you got people. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's just this being on fire for Jesus in our generation, in our schools, is not a norm. Like even when we do Unashamed Clubs in schools and we go preach the gospel, you're looked at like, what are you doing?
Wow.
Bringing a Bible into a school, at least where we're at. I don't know in different states, but the moment you proclaim Jesus or something like that, I mean, to the point where like Christians, they don't, want to tell people they're Christians. They want to live like secret agent Christians.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, let me just go to church. The moment I'm at school, like I'm not gonna really touch on faith. They compromise in the conversations, all of that kind of stuff. And so when you have people, it's you still got the majority that are against you per se, for lack of better words. They're not on fire for Jesus.
Right.
They're not following for Jesus unless they're not talking about it. But then to do it and come to this place where you're by yourself.
Yeah, dude.
How do you in that moment are you still in high school in this moment?
Yeah, still in high school.
How do you at 18 years old say no to D1 offers? Friends after friends are leaving you, but at least you got your best friend, your road dog.
Yeah.
And then he texts you and says, because you quit baseball, I'm not talking to you. What do you do? How do you continue? How do you finish well and not throw in the towel and not say, you know what, this is dumb. Let me just let me go back and accept the offers because they were still there for you, or at least some of them.
Yeah.
How do you stand strong in that moment? Especially for a teenager, because there's other teenagers that maybe not D1 offers, maybe they are D1 offers, but they're popular.
Yeah.
They are the pretty girl. They're the cheerleader. They're the football captain. They're the top dog in the school, and God's calling them, to consecration. And not everyone, like you mentioned the other day, is going to be their call to quit the sport.
Right, absolutely.
But it's to do something. It's, for some, they don't have to surrender the sport. They just got to, give it into God's hand and trust what he's going to do in it.
Right.
How do you stay strong in that moment?
Bro, I had to cling to what the truth was the whole time. Like I had to cling to, Lord, I trust you. It was really a test. Like, and you don't always feel like staying there.
Yeah.
And so I think the biggest thing for me was that I was rooted in scriptures.
Yeah.
And I always read, like, I'd never seen anybody like be obedient to God in the scriptures and then he not bless them.
Yeah.
I trusted that there was something coming. I just didn't know what it looked like yet. And I remember like getting to a point where I'm like, dang, I have nobody. And then the Lord brings 2 relationships. I'm like, man, what? So my buddy Sean, the guy that's my roll dog now, like he's
you brought him to church,
yeah, brought him to church, and dude, he has. I mean, like I would be confident to say like wherever I would go, if I was like Sean, I really want you to come with me. I think he would follow me everywhere I go.
Let's go.
Like he's so
Sean, you heard that?
Sean,
watch that.
Bro, love you, like best friend. Dude, like
you gotta come down.
He's got no, like you gotta bring him down. Like
yeah, absolutely.
He's a solid dude, and he loves this stuff, the tech stuff.
Yeah,
he loves it, bro.
Is he a golfer?
Yeah, he is golfing now too.
You for sure coming back.
He's coming back down. Sean, you hear it now.
Let's go.
You're coming down to Washington, bro.
Heck yeah.
So God brings him into my life, and we're just like we're talking about doing the Bible studies again, and then Kylie, the girl I did my freshman year, texts me. She DMs me. And she's like we had ended horribly, by the way.
And you haven't talked since then?
Haven't talked since, but the Lord was doing something in my heart with her from the beginning. Because when we broke up and I was finding the Lord, I was like, Lord, I don't like her. I hate her. Never bring me back to her. I don't ever want to ever see her again.
Oh, wow.
And I got immediate conviction.
Wow.
And he was
the Lord's like, shut up, bro.
He's like, who are you to tell me what plans I have for you?
Come on, bro.
And I was like, crap. I was like, Lord, you know what? Fine. And it was the hardest prayer I said out loud in my life.
Yeah.
I said, Lord, let your will be done. I was like, crap, I don't want to get back with her. Because she had broke my heart, and I had broke her heart too in many ways. But she DMs me, she's like, hey, I saw the sacrifice you had made. I'm really proud of you. Now, she's also a D1 athlete.
Really?
She was running track at a college called Cleveland State. So she was literally on a Division I track team. She ends up quitting the sport, comes home, And like, this is like, she hadn't quit before we had started talking yet. Like, we were talking and she was just like, yeah, I just have no peace here. She's reading her Bible. Like, she had found the Lord. We had found the Lord together, but separate, you know? Yeah. And she was like, I have no peace here. I just don't feel like this is where I'm supposed to be. She quits running track. Man, she got it worse than I did from her parents.
Really?
Like my parents got over it, like 2 weeks. Her parents, it was a long time. It was a long time. And so she quits her sport. We're in the same boat. God brings us together in the same season. And we have been in sync ever since then. And we have the relationship has been completely different. So fire. It's been great. So I had that with me, 18 years old. But I also I was also just trying to figure everything out. Then, out of nowhere, randomly, these videos on my social media, like towards the second half of the year, recirculate for some reason on everyone's social media. And videos start blowing up. Like I posted this months ago. There's no way this should be happening right now.
Yeah.
Like there's no way this should be coming back up. Videos are blowing up. I'm getting a bunch of followers. I ended up having 20,000 followers at the end of my senior year. It's like, dang, this is crazy.
Jeez.
And that was on Instagram. And I had only started posting that same year. So it was absurd for me. It was like, dang, this is crazy. And like I said, I was like, my base level was, Lord, if you allow me to serve on Sunday every weekend, that's enough for me.
Yeah.
So when he was doing that, and everything that he has done from there is almost overwhelming. Because I'm just what the heck? This is crazy. And that starts going up. An evangelist named Marcus took me under his wing for a few months, and we started traveling. He started showing me the ropes of evangelism. And I was like, this is what I'm called to do. I knew this was what I was called to do. And then I started getting opportunities to preach. I start going to places preaching. It was slow at first, but I was
just a year ago.
Yeah, this is a year ago from now. A year ago now. I started getting opportunities to preach, and it's slow, but it's steady though.
Yeah, it's
steady, and I'm just faithful with it, and I just keep preaching, keep studying, and up until it had been slow up until right when I opened up my itinerary. It has always been slow, but some moments I am human. I'm like, Lord, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Okay, if you're calling me to preach, tell me that. If you're not, I want to be content with this, because that's something that's interesting about getting prophesied over. I've had 5 people total in my time in ministry prophesy that I'm gonna preach in a stadium. I'm gonna preach in stadiums. It was crazy. I went to a place, kid came up to me, never knew me. He was like, dude, I had a dream of you last night. And he was like, you were in a stadium and you were preaching in a way that was you weren't rapping, but you were so articulate with your words.
Wow.
And I was like, what the heck? And I'm just looking at Marcus, and because he had heard people prophesy over me in the same way. And I was like, this is crazy. But the thing about that is when someone prophesies over you that, and you know what you're called to now, you're trusting in that.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, well, this doesn't look anything like you prophesied to me, Father.
How?
Yeah. How does me working at Dick's get me to preaching in a stadium?
Yeah.
Right? How does me removing a toilet and putting a new wax ring on get me into preaching in a stadium? Right? And the Lord has to continue to remind me of my roots. Remember when you told me that even if you only served on church on Sunday, that was enough for you? Remember that. And it keeps me humble, bro.
Yeah.
It keeps me humble. So he keeps blessing, he keeps blowing into the ministry up until till we're out now. I have a full itinerary out, been traveling and preaching. And it's from like I said, it's almost overwhelming because my standard was so low.
Yeah.
It wasn't like I had already had an established youth group or something. I had nothing. My standard was low, and the Lord just keeps blowing on it. He keeps opening up opportunities, and I just want to be faithful with him.